This country was built by hardworking heroes. This machine was built for them. It
There was a brother in Louisiana went to a Walmart, and when you get out the car, sometimes your kids, how they will open up the car door, pretty quick if you don't watch it. Was the son actually hit a cop car, and once he hit the cop car, he was reprimanding his son in a way that I don't approve of. But I want you to see what happened with the cops with this particular father. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Kevin Mitchell and his wife Jordan said they never thought a trip to Walmart to buy some asparagus would turn into this.
Man, you can't tell me how to talk to my kid.
Mitchell arrested, and he said it's all because he cussed at his son.
You can hear me telling him, man, you can't tell me how to talk to my children. He kept saying, you can't curse and Slidell. You can't do this and Slidell. I just told him, man, what you going to do? And he arrested me.
This all happened at the Walmart neighborhood market in Slidell on February 21st. Mitchell said he cussed at his son while he was opening the car door because he almost hit the car door next to him. That car was the officer's.
And that's when the officer let his window down and said, oh, you can't be cursing like that. I said, sir, I'm talking to my children. He just kept on saying, well, you can't curse like that in Slidell. I said, sir, I'm talking to my children.
Mitchell said he then went inside the store, and on his way out, several officers were waiting. And then this happened.
It's just outrageous about how the way he reacted about the whole situation. I feel like, if anything, if I say something wrong, you approach me as a man.
His wife Jordan was there too.
My husband is a great father, and he's been there since day one. He works very hard. He gets up at 4 o'clock every morning to take care of us. He goes to everything that my kids have, anything that my sons have. He's a great father.
Slidell police said this statement from the chief stating there was more than enough probable cause to arrest him. He was booked with disturbing the peace, obscene language. State law says, quote, that means addressing any offensive, derisive, or annoying words to any other person who was lawfully at any street or any public place, end quote. Regardless, Mitchell said he felt like the officer was wrong and should be punished.
A policeman like that shouldn't have a badge. I feel like a policeman like that shouldn't work in the city of Slidell.
So, there's a few things with this story that really, bothered me, and I just want to give you all, some friendly advice when you are living daily behind enemy lines. First and foremost, if you look at the way the dad had talked to his son, he had basically cussed his son out. He used the F word and the S word. That's what he ended up using. Okay? That's not a way to talk to your children. That's not a way to correct them. There are many words that we can use to correct our children without that. I cannot stand to see a parent cussing their child out. That, like, why would you do that? That I can't really stand that. I can't. Now, when the police approached him, he was upset, getting very emotional, like a lot of black people do normally, get very emotional, and you know good and well who you are dealing with. You are in Louisiana, Slidell, Louisiana, of all places. You're dealing with race soldiers. They're sitting up there looking for a reason to arrest you. And you go on and on and on and on and on about the situation. And shouldn't even got to that point, really. But he said, well, you saw how he was acting. I have to say this because if any of you, especially I'm talking to black men, act like this, they'll try to shoot you. Now, you could say, oh, well, other people, not you. We are the target. We are the enemy in America. These other groups of people aren't. So stop even comparing yourself to these other people. I don't do that. You have to understand the position you're in unless you're about to change it. Now, if anything you should have a problem with the cops saying, well, Slidell, you can't talk that way, is they're disturbing the peace law, basically violates freedom of speech. Actually, it do. Because freedom of speech didn't say what kind of speech. Even speech that's not liked supposed to be allowed. Now, that law itself, you can sue over. And you can say, hey, based on your disturbing the peace law, I'm filing a lawsuit because it violates my First Amendment rights. And that would be a good case for a constitutional lawyer to get that part of their law thrown out and also possibly him getting paid. But when you engage in these race soldiers, and you got 3 of them, 4 of them showing up for something that simple, they looking to get at you. You got to understand what you're dealing with, brothers. The wife said he a good husband. He take care of his kids. He do everything right. Bravo. I love to hear that. I love it. I love it. I love it. But them race soldiers could have took that man out that day and nothing would have been done. They would say, oh, you see how he was acting? He was threatening. I thought he had a gun. That's why we all put our guns out and unloaded on him at Walmart. You got to think like that, brothers. Anytime they approach you, like our brother Neely Fuller state, you are a prisoner of war. Act accordingly. Neely Fuller said this many times. But we have seen many of you, and they know you. Let me tell you something. They know you. They know how to get you there. Black people, if you could do nothing else, stop being emotional. Emotions hurt us as a people. Emotions get us into trouble. Emotions make us lose things. Get out of the emotion. Some things you got to be cold and calculated. And when dealing with the race soldiers, you have to be extremely cold and extremely calculated how you deal with them to survive those encounters. I hate that we as a people are so emotional. That nobody else cares about our emotions like that. Nobody cares. Just deal with it. Now, if they come out there, they say, hey, you shouldn't have been talking that way. You can't talk that way inside. They'll say, oh, really? I'll say, well, let's say it'll law or something. And they'll probably explain and say, oh, okay, well, officer, I didn't really know. Like I said, I'll make sure it don't happen again. And then walk off. And that's it. You don't have to keep arguing with them and raising your voice and acting. They're looking for you to do that. I mean, I'm glad they didn't, harm this brother. I'm glad they didn't. But you got to think a little bit before you make your move. Now, of course, you're going to have somebody in the comment section that's going to say, oh, no, man, he right. He should have did this. Let me tell you something. A lot of people have been right and end up dead. Okay? It's not always about being right. It's about making the right moves in the time that you're dealing with. Your son and your wife and your other children is more important at that moment to go home to instead of you being right. As long as we live in America, of course. Now, my position on that. Have your Africa plan. You don't have to be dealing with all that. But some of you that want to, stay in Babylon or until the process of where you're working on getting out of Babylon, then, we have to act accordingly and know what we're dealing with. We know the race soldiers. We know their position. When they're ganging up on you like that, you better know how to deal with it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation.